Today, we're counting down 10 countries whose deadliest dog breeds range from, I'd probably pet it anyway, to, that thing was bred to fight wolves and it shows. Spoiler alert, the dogs on this list were mostly designed to do something horrifying, and they're very, very good at it. Number 10, the Fila Brasileiro, Brazil. Brazil already gave us the green anaconda, which will squeeze you to death in a river. So, naturally, they also produced a dog so aggressive that it's been banned in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and a collection of other countries that presumably have functioning self-preservation instincts. The Fila Brasileiro, also called the Brazilian Mastiff, was originally bred for hunting jaguars and managing cattle on vast plantations. It stands up to 30 inches tall, weighs up to 180 pounds, and has a jaw that could make a full-grown wildebeest reconsider its life choices. But the really fun part? In 18th century Brazil, these dogs were used to track down escaped enslaved people and hold them until their enslaver arrived. The name Fila literally means to grab and not let go in Portuguese. So, this dog is essentially a living restraining order. Number 9, the Tosa Inu, Japan. Most things associated with Japan are either delightful or deeply efficient. The Tosa Inu is deeply efficient at one specific thing: winning dog fights. This breed was developed specifically for the Japanese tradition of dog fighting, a sport with strict rules, including, brilliantly, that the dogs are not allowed to make noise during a match. The result is a dog that can weigh up to 200 pounds, fights with terrifying calm, and does so in complete silence. A 200-pound silent assassin. Sleep tight. The Tosa's nickname is the sumo wrestler of the dog world, which tracks, given that its entire existence was optimized for pinning opponents without any fuss. To get there, breeders crossed native Shikoku dogs with Mastiffs, Great Danes, Bulldogs, St. Bernards, and Bull Terriers, essentially assembling a supergroup of dangerous dogs and then combining their worst qualities into one enormous, quiet unit. Number 8, the Boerboel, South Africa. The Boerboel is a South African farm dog that was bred to protect homesteads from lions, leopards, baboons, and hyenas. When your job description includes fending off leopards, you develop a certain set of skills. These dogs can weigh up to 200 pounds, possess bite strength of around 400 psi, which is enough to tear through muscle and tendon, and are so instinctively territorial that experts note once a Boerboel is triggered, it does not easily disengage. That last phrase is doing an enormous amount of work and deserves to be on a warning label. Countries including France, Romania, Qatar, and Malaysia have banned or restricted the breed. Denmark classifies it as a fighting dog. Number 7, the Pit Bull, United States. Here's a breed everyone already knew was coming. The American Pit Bull Terrier is the country's most notorious dog, accounting for roughly 66% of all fatal dog attacks in the United States over a 13-year period, despite making up only about 6% of the dog population. That's the kind of statistical overrepresentation that gets you put on a list. Pit bulls were bred from bulldogs and terriers for the now illegal sport of dog fighting. The qualities that made them excellent at that: strength, a high pain threshold, tenacity, and what's clinically referred to as gameness, meaning a willingness to keep going long after a sensible dog would have stopped, are the same qualities that make an untrained or abused one extraordinarily dangerous. Their bite force clocks in around 235 psi, and they have a muscular, compact frame built to generate maximum torque. Number 6, the Rottweiler, Germany. Before the pit bull became public enemy number one, the Rottweiler held that title, and it didn't give up without a fight. Literally, this German breed, originally used to herd livestock and pull carts of butchered meat to market, has a bite force of around 328 psi, which is strong enough to break arm bones. They can weigh up to 120 pounds, stand 25 inches tall, and have a deep, instinctual guarding drive that activates vigorously in the presence of strangers. The Rottweiler is responsible for multiple fatal attacks in the United States alone, making it the second most dangerous breed by that metric. And this isn't a dog that slinks around doing damage quietly. When a Rottweiler decides someone's a threat, it communicates this position loudly, physically, and emphatically. Ireland, Portugal, and Poland have banned ownership entirely. Number 5, the Presa Canario, Spain. The Presa Canario, also called the Canary Mastiff or Perro de Presa Canaria, hails from Spain's Canary Islands and has a bite force of 540 psi, which is enough to make this entire list uncomfortable. Originally bred as a catch dog for livestock work, the Presa Canario was also pulled into fighting circles, where it developed a reputation for relentless aggression and a refusal to back down from anything. The breed has a thick, muscular body, a massive square head, and the general energy of something that has already decided how this interaction's gonna end. It gained international infamy in 2001 when 2 Presa Canarios mauled a San Francisco woman to death in a hallway, a case that led to her owners being convicted of second-degree murder. The first time in U.S. history that dog owners received such a conviction for a fatal attack. The dog nearly went extinct in the 1960s, but was revived because someone, somewhere, decided the world needed more of it. It now serves officially as the symbol of Gran Canaria, which really leans into it. Number 4, the Dogo Argentino, Argentina. Argentina has contributed Tango, Messi, and a dog so effective as a fighting and hunting animal that it's been banned in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and a growing list of other countries that presumably read the breed profile and quietly put the forms down. The Dogo Argentino is a large, lean, all-white powerhouse that was originally bred to hunt wild boar and pumas in the Argentine wilderness. Let that sink in. This dog was designed to take on pumas. It descends from the now extinct Cordoba fighting dog, then crossed with Great Danes, Boxers, and other breeds to produce a dog with 130 pounds of lean, agile muscle and a jaw that can bring down animals far larger than most of its owners. Number 3, the Caucasian Shepherd, Russia. Russia has produced many things the world finds simultaneously impressive and deeply alarming. The Caucasian Shepherd, also known as the Caucasian Ovcharka, fits comfortably into that tradition. This is a dog bred specifically to fight off wolves in the mountains of the Caucasus region, and it has the resume to prove it. Adults can weigh over 220 pounds, and the Caucasian Shepherd's combination of size, strength, and ferocity was impressive enough that the Soviet Union used him to patrol the Berlin Wall. This dog was considered appropriate security for one of the most guarded borders in 20th century history. Still favored in illegal dogfighting operations in Russia, the Caucasian Shepherd requires an experienced handler who commands its respect, because if it doesn't respect you, it will simply act in its own interests, and its interests generally involve protecting its territory at all costs. Number 2, the Kangal, Turkey. Turkey's national dog holds a record that puts every other breed on this list in perspective. The strongest bite force of any dog on Earth, which is around 743 psi. For context, a human bite is around 160 psi. The Kangal bites at nearly 5 times that. A wolf bites at 400 psi. The Kangal bites harder than the wolves it fights. It was built to win that argument decisively. The Kangal is an ancient livestock guardian breed from the Sivas region of Turkey, where it has spent centuries protecting sheep and goats from wolves, bears, jackals, and anything else foolish enough to approach a flock it was guarding. It can weigh up to 150 pounds, is heavily muscled, and moves with surprising agility for its size. The breed is so central to Turkish national identity that the export of purebred Kangals is tightly regulated by the Turkish government. They literally won't let this dog leave easily. Number 1, the Pit Bull, Pakistan. Meet the Guldong. Pakistan's contribution to dogs that exist entirely outside the zone of reasonable decisions. Also known as the Pakistani Bulldog, this breed is a cross between the Bull Terrier and a Bully Kuda, both themselves formidable and historically fight-bred dogs. Producing an animal that weighs up to 140 pounds, possesses a high prey drive, and has a temperament that experts describe as requiring an owner who is a strong alpha. That's polite language for this dog will test you, and it will win. The Guldong was bred for one purpose, dog fighting, and it's been doing that job in Pakistan for generations in underground circuits that continue to operate despite legal prohibitions. It is territorial, intensely powerful, known for unpredictable aggression toward strangers, and considered one of the most dangerous breeds for small children to be around. If you could own any of these dogs, which one would it be? Let me know in the comments.